A renowned food vendor named Amara lived in the remote village of Olorun, known for its rolling hills and tightly knit community. She was a woman in her 30s, with a past as rich as her cooking. Once the belle of the village, Amara had aged without finding a husband, a fact that ate at her deeply. Her life had been marked by rejection and loneliness, and though she was outwardly confident, inside she was haunted by the years of being scorned and mocked by suitors and villagers alike. After several years of enduring this ridicule, Amara took her fate into her own hands. She learned to cook, pouring her emotions, her anger, frustration, and yearning into each dish. She opened a small stall in the heart of the village market, where her delicious meals began drawing crowds. Her food, especially her spicy jollof rice and peppered goat stew, soon became the talk of Olorun. The villagers sang her praises, but her greatest patrons were the married men of Olorun, who seemed almost enchanted by her meals. Among those affected by Amara's growing popularity was Aduni, a newlywed whose love for her husband, Tade, was unwavering. Aduni and Tade had married only 6 months ago, and their marriage, once filled with laughter and affection, began to crumble under the influence of Amara's food. Tade had always been a loving husband, attentive, kind, and deeply devoted. They would cook together in their small kitchen, making memories with each shared meal. But that changed after Tade tasted Amara's cooking. At first, it was subtle. Tade would casually mention how delicious Amara's food was, how perfectly seasoned, how tender the meat. Aduni, feeling a bit jealous but still amused, would laugh it off. But soon, Tade's comments grew more pointed. He started refusing Aduni's meals, preferring to eat at Amara's stall. "This isn't as good as Amara's," he would say, pushing his plate away. "You should ask her for some tips." Aduni tried her best to recreate the flavors, pouring her heart into every dish, but Tade remained distant, coming home late, smelling of Amara's food. He even began comparing Aduni's cooking to Amara's more openly, saying, "Why can't you make it like she does?" This shift in Tade's behavior hurt Aduni deeply. Their kitchen, once a place of warmth and connection, now felt cold and empty. Aduni's heart ached, but she knew something more was at play. Her loving husband had changed, and she feared it was not of his own volition. Desperate to save her young marriage and sensing something unnatural, Aduni decided to seek help from her father, Baba Laja, a respected elder and spiritualist in a neighboring village. Known for his wisdom and spiritual insight, Baba Laja listened intently as his daughter tearfully recounted her troubles. Baba Laja decided to confront Amara and uncover the truth. When he arrived at her food stall, the market was as busy as ever, with men clamoring for her food. Amara greeted Baba Laja with a polite smile, her ladle stirring the pot of her famous peppered goat stew. "Ah, Baba Laja," she said, her voice dripping with false warmth. "Welcome to my humble stall. Would you like to try my food? It's the best in all of Olorun." Baba Laja sensed the dark energy surrounding her stall. "I have not come to eat, Amara," he replied firmly. "I am here because there is great unrest in Olorun, and it centers around you. The married men who eat your food no longer desire their wives' meals. It is causing discord in the village. I ask you, Amara, what is the secret of your food?" Amara's smile faltered, her eyes narrowing slightly. "Baba, I am just a cook. If the men prefer my food, maybe their wives should learn to cook better," she retorted, her voice edged with defensiveness. Baba Laja stared at her, his eyes filled with wisdom and authority. "Amara, I give you one last chance. If you are using any dark arts, confess now, and perhaps the village will show you mercy. If you refuse, you will leave us no choice but to involve the traditional ruler." Amara's demeanor shifted. She crossed her arms and glared at Baba Laja. "Old man, you know nothing of what I've been through. Leave my stall if you're not here to eat." Realizing that Amara would not confess willingly, Baba Laja invoked a silent incantation, a spiritual call to reveal the truth. Suddenly, Amara's body began to tremble and she clutched her head, screaming, "No, no, stop, I will confess!" The market fell silent as villagers gathered around. Through tears, Amara confessed her secret, how she had been adding her menstrual blood to her food to enchant the men, driven by her deep-seated resentment and desire for revenge. The revelation spread through Olorun like wildfire. The women, now armed with the truth, demanded justice. The elders of the village decided to bring Amara before the traditional ruler, Oba Olayinka, who who held the authority to decide her fate. In the royal courtyard, the villagers gathered as Oba Olayinka, a wise and just leader, listened carefully to the accusations and Amara's tearful confession. The Oba's face remained stern as he spoke. "Amara, your actions have brought great turmoil to our village. You have used dark arts to manipulate and cause discord among families. This is a grave offense." Amara fell to her knees, her face wet with tears. "Please, Oba, I was desperate. I never wanted to harm anyone. I just wanted to be seen, to be wanted. Please forgive me." The Oba pondered for a moment before speaking. "Your pain is understood, but your actions are inexcusable. You have disrupted the peace of Olorun. For this, you shall be banished from the village, never to return. You will go to the shrine to be cleansed of this dark energy, and then you must leave." The villagers murmured in agreement, some in anger, others in pity. Amara's eyes welled with more tears, knowing there was no redemption for her. She was taken to the shrine, where a cleansing ritual was performed to break the dark magic's hold on the men. Afterward, she gathered her belongings and left Olorun, her head bowed in shame and regret. Remember, in life, we are often faced with choices, to feed on bitterness or to cook with love. The choice is ours to make. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that teach, inspire, and remind us of the values that truly matter.